So while I usually like to enjoy my anime in German, I now also get to enjoy it in Maplestory. Hey. So yeah, we can now play Tanjiro in the game, and while I'm not the greatest fan of Demon Slayer or anime in general, I was really hyped for this collab here because it was just so different, right? It was something new, and I really had my hopes up extremely high going into this event. I thought, oh dude, I'm gonna grind this character to 260. It has a huge 1200% EXP multiplier attached to it, and yeah, dude, it took me one day of playing the class to realize, nope, I'm not even gonna reach 260. I'm not even gonna reach 250, 240 or 230. I'm just gonna stop after doing the strawberry farm runs because honestly it is such a slog. It is way too slow. The class is clunky. You don't get DSI, fountain or anything useful out of the 5th job because you have no 5th job, and that just leaves me with a character that's not fun to play, right? And I have other more important things to do, obviously outside of the game, but even, you know, inside the game I can do other stuff which just makes more sense to do for me, right? Even other grinding related stuff. So yeah, I won't be continuing my Tanjiro. I appreciate the temp stats, etc. Anyways, why is it so bad? Let's take a look at Maple maps here to get an example, right? So here what you see is my total bonus experience that gets applied to my main when I'm grinding, right? I have 100% base experience, and then throughout all the modifiers that are listed here, you know, 2x, MVP, Soul Janus, Hyperstat, blah blah blah, all the modifiers, right? I get 450% additional experience, right? And in total, that leaves me with 550% experience, right? Now, if we take a look at how it would work for Tanjiro, right? You see this character has a 1200% base XP rate instead of 100%, gets all the bonuses applied to itself, and then we land at 1650, right? At least that's how I think it works. I'm not 100% sure, but if you just compare these totals here from 550 to 1650, it's basically just 3 times the experience instead of, you know, what you might expect would be 12 times the experience, right? And if you think about it, 3 times the experience, that's just another normal hyperburn. But wait, it's even worse than your normal hyperburn because you're not even getting 3 times the experience out of your dailies, which are the main way your hyperburns or legion characters gain levels to begin with. So yeah, this event, sorry my guys, you done fucked up, I gotta say. There's something wrong with the balance here. I'll not continue Tanjiro. It was nice for like 1 day, basically. If the XP rate was better, it would have been nice for a couple of weeks, right? But like this, I can't take it, right? I have better things to do. So yeah, with that out of the way, the other nice thing that we got from the event is a character hyper burninator, basically. And I will be burning Demon Avenger. And this won't be a speedrun by me by any stretch of the imagination because we are not getting any hyper burning support, which is fine because, you know, we'll just make it work. If you're wondering why I'm burning Demon Avenger, it is because I want 1% additional damage for the Legion for my entire account. That's really the reason. Am I gonna finish this all the way to 260? Probably. I think so. why not, right? It's 9 extra Legion levels. I think, you know, I'm pretty sure they changed up the way hyperburning works in Korea, where you get 5 levels instead of 3, but I don't think that's one of those yet, right? Anyways, Demon Avenger, I did open a couple of notes here to get Daemonic Frenzy Max. I think that's the main skill that, you know, defines this class. It's a toggle and you'll get this aura around you while, you know, you're basically being drained for life constantly. And yeah, that makes this class the way it is. I'm not really sure if this class is any hard to play, but you know, it's another class. What can I say? I only really know that I have to, you know, oh my god, the flash jump is so awkward. Holy. I only know that I have to, you know, to use these exceed skills, and then from time to time I have to press Overlord release for this buff right here. And that's really the extent of the things that I know about this class. Ah, right, and you have these nether shields that just seek out targets on their own. And I remember, I feel like a long time ago, these were super broken when you had a lot of cooldown reduction on your head. This was in Rec server where you even had bonus potential, right? But not 100% sure if they ever addressed that, or if that even was OP, to be honest. Yeah, why don't we set up our dailies now? I want to do these dailies and start them. Exactly, 400, 600. Dude, I'm so prepared here. I'm so prepared to get this guy ready to go. The other 5th drop skills, I don't think they matter a whole lot. I think I could just stand in most maps and just press Nether Shield, right? Maybe. While having the Frenzy active. Yeah, I mean the Frenzy mobs kind of well on its own, I'm pretty sure. And then I hold down Nether Shield all the time. You know, as if this was a mechanic. No, it doesn't work like that. No. But you see, this is gonna be my experience. Oh yeah, right. I just remembered. This is the class that dies to elite mobs. Yeah, very fun. Yeah. Anyways, I will be burning a DA, and this guy will be doing Arcane River dailies from now on until he is 260. And I'll do Monster Park, and eventually, if the progress slows down, I'll stop on the Monster Park and just catch up in the symbol levels and hope that, you know, the symbols are gonna carry me. That's basically it. Oh right, I forgot to use the FMAs. I think these are like the main source of mobbing. Oh wow, that second FMA, if you would call it that, was super underwhelming. Holy moly. Dude, all these effects, man. A lot. Okay, it's just a bloop. Dude, this guy is so bad. What the hell? Anyways, if you're wondering about the stats on this guy, I am not even 1 mil CP with event gear that I got from the anniversary event, and that's it, right? This character is really weak, but like I said, I'll just take my time with the Arcane River dailies. You have until June, I think the end of June even, to finish this hyper burner, so... Alright, so it's been a couple of days on the DA now, and I've kind of warmed up to the idea of playing this guy for the next, you know, couple of weeks, at least. Let's see how bad it's gonna be in the higher levels without the support. Anyways, I don't really enjoy the way this class plays. But with that being said, it's fine. It has that old school feeling attached to itself, so I can enjoy me some old school Maple. Not really old school, but you know, I don't know, feels kinda red update-ish. Not really that great, but it's alright. The only other thing that really weirds me out, to be honest, is that the way the flash jump is implemented is so bad. Like, you seen me use the glide earlier, but the glide basically locks you out of using a normal flash jump functionality, and it shouldn't have to, right? So as soon as you toggle the flash jump in the 0th job, your flash jump will work as it does on every other class, right? But you won't be able to glide anymore. And I like the glide. I would like to use the glide, but double tapping keys to flash jump around, which is what you have to do if you want to use the glide, is not it, mate. It's horrendous. Especially, you know, maybe it wouldn't be horrendous, but in this game, since, you know, it eats all your inputs all the time, yeah, it's bad. One more, and then I'll be in Arcana. Wow. Anyways, yeah, dude, and I can think of so many fixes for this, right? They should just put flash jump or the glide on a button. Problem fucking solved, mate. Oh man, dude. It's so weird that the simplest things where you play a class for like a couple of hours are, you know, not a functionality, because it's really that basic, right? Yeah, I mean, I got the same issue on the Blaze Wizard, right, where there are still so many quality of life issues that you could address, right? And then Nexon does a Blaze Wizard quality of life patch, which, yeah, basically doesn't give you that much, and you're like, okay, this class was just touched, which means we are dead in the water for another at least 6 months, but more likely at least a year before we get any other meaningful adjustment. Wow. Yeah, that's bad. Yep. Anyways, I'm kind of not using any skills here besides my, you know, kind of FMA. It's not that great of an FMA attack, to be honest. Sometimes it just randomly misses mobs. The mob count is really bad on this, maybe. Number of attacks. Mobs hit 14. No, that shouldn't be the issue then. Red. I feel like sometimes that skill just misses. Anyways, I'm just using my aura here because that's all it takes. And here we are. Alright. And you know the drill. I'll skip all the cutscenes now. And here we are in Large. I think I said Arcana in the previous clip, oops. And anyways, I want to try out chugging some potions here that I got from the Tanjiro event. And yeah, that would just be nice, because it helps me unlock more dailies more quickly. Does this work? Yes, okay, very nice. So another 6 levels. And now we are actually gonna go to Arcana. Oh man, I just noticed I forgot to even start the Tanjiro event on this guy because I don't have any temp stats, right? Up until this point, this wasn't a problem at all. But if you're struggling, right, definitely think of that. As well as you are allowed to use the bossing potions, the Wild Hunter potions, while grinding and doing Monster Pack. I also do this, because then I don't have to move link skills because I'm missing crit rate, etc, right? So just keep that in mind. This helps massively on unlocked characters. Yeah, but I'll just get going with the event now. Yes, and there we go. Here it is. Very nice. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to CLP. Wait, no, this isn't CLP even. This is CLP. Hey. Hello, please. There we go. Can I even do this? I mean, I'm below the Arcane Force requirement. Yeah, I guess this is possible. Really painful though. We gotta add these dailies here and start over. Yeah, I guess this is how I'm gonna do it. I think I still have to. Yeah. Okay, I'm in combat. I'll do it later. But yeah. First day is gonna be a struggle, but then it's all gonna be up from here, I imagine. Alright, so I'm back from the DA on the main again, and before I close out this episode, I wanted to discuss one last topic with you guys, and that is the latest, basically, in my opinion, scam that Nexon proposes to us here via the golden giveaway, right? This is a battle pass system, basically, where you have the option to buy 2 passes for extra rewards, right? The rewards in themselves are locked behind daily logins, okay. Honestly, already kinda meh to have such a system, right? But it's not good design in general, and this only serves to actually, get you to spend money, right? So if we look into the details here, if you were to spend money here, you would be mostly spending that money on extra experience, which I think is fine, and mystical familiar cards, which I think is not fine, right? They are keeping the familiar system in a horrendous state and giving you only a paid option to upgrade your familiars, right? And you could argue with that, actually you can go back to Arcus and spend a warp for a reroll, etc. That's not a great deal either, especially in my level range, and especially when I'm not interested in grinding another character that is in one of these, good maps, right? With that being said, I won't be buying that, and I hope you also see that by not buying this, you're not missing out on too much. You're missing out on a couple days of doing your dailies, basically, and the mystical familiar rerolls, which will come eventually. Especially if you're not buying these passes, you can already see from the last pass that you could buy to this pass that they at least lowered the price because they weren't happy with the people, because not enough people bought these passes, and I hope we can continue this trend by not buying these passes, because honestly they should just fix the familiar system and that's it, right? And in contrast to that, if you buy this, you're basically saying, okay, keep up the good work, right? And honestly, that's just no, like, for me that's unacceptable. Anyways, if you are wanting to buy this, I also don't mind, right? You can do with your money whatever you'd like to, but I would just also make you realize that you should really be buying the passes at the end of the event. Otherwise you're falling into this psychological trap where you're buying into something that is bad, and you're only really keeping up with the thing because you bought into that thing, right? It's basically a sunk cost fallacy. Especially when it comes to the golden giveaway, I think the implementation is absolutely horrendous, right? We already have a system that reminds you of stuff you need to do when you log out, but why is the golden giveaway not included in that, right? I think it's very much predatory design, also to double down on the people who bought the pass to eventually also buy the golden passes, right? Because they just forgot to log in. And they feel obligated to buy the golden passes because they didn't get reminded, but also bought a hyper pass or legion pass, so they don't feel like they would be getting their money's worth at the end of the event, right? If they didn't make it to stamp number 30, stuff like that. It's all psychological terror or warfare on your mind, and I don't agree with any of it. I think battle passes in general are really horrendous design, but especially this implementation right here is heinous and shouldn't be supported, in my opinion. Like I said, if you buy that, it's fine, right? It's fine. It's just my opinion on this, and if you weren't set on whether you should buy it or not, I would just like to nudge you in the way of not wanting to buy it. And also give an example, right? I'm fine with not getting these rewards. At the end of the day, it's just dailies, right? The experience is just dailies, and the familiar cards are okay. I'll lose out on familiar cards, right? But these are 20 rerolls for, what is it, like 80k NX. And no, like, even that is way too expensive. And like I said, I don't mind buying power in video games. I think it's fine to an extent. But here, like, no. And just to close out this topic here, the 9,999 experience vouchers are very much enticing here. And if you are interested in knowing how much experience that would result in your use case, right? For example, I make a use case for myself right here where I could use these on the Demon Avenger when it's level 257, right? In order to save that last level up, I get triple the value, right? Because it's a hyper burning character. So how many XP vouchers would I actually need, right? And in order to figure that out, I found Wacky Beans here to be extremely helpful, right? This site has the Everything EXP section, and when you click on the XP minigame /tickets, a button right here, you basically are transported to the backend. No, it's not really the backend, but you get a representative table of the figures that you'd like to get to know, right? And in this case here, you see, I would be, or the Demon Avenger would be 257, and I would need to use 11,000 XP vouchers. And at that point, I don't even save one level up in the end, right? And yeah, it's not that amazing, the reward right here. Or you can also look at it from the other side, right? I could use these XP vouchers earlier, and then of course, I would be getting like one level up at, wait, what level am I? I think I started at 215 and 218. Then I got to 221 and used 2 potions, so I should be at 227 if that's right. So I would get 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, so not 9 levels because I'm hyper burning. Okay, right. It's an advantage, and with that being said, it's still not good enough for myself, right? Because I would be doing dailies on another character anyways, because I've been doing that since forever basically, and this only just grants me like 10 extra days, or boosts me ahead of the curve basically by 10 extra days, right? You could say that, and it would kind of imply that being boosted to be ahead of the curve should be a good thing, right? But in this case, the curve is really so arbitrary. It literally doesn't matter, right? Just keep at it, and you'll grow your legion, and you'll grow your account basically. And in the grand scheme of things, if you're looking, for example, at my progression, I've been playing this game for 2 years or something like that, right? Being 10 days ahead of the curve really doesn't matter at all. And yeah, that was it for this episode. I recently got my Soul Janus to level 20, which is absolutely fantastic. I have a blast grinding with Soul Janus, and that's gonna be the topic for next video where we'll look at that, right? I'm also gonna be on vacation, so I'm just, wrapping up 2 episodes in one, but the one is gonna be released next week. Oops, this could have been this episode, but artificial scarcity. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.